drones, by 1,000 drones, no. I just say one more at the protections. The protection number one, and so first time no Galatasaray High School and some letchman light I want some deba one highlight Galatasaray Island and some no not the air canon and say said a new embassy quadia ocean our TV no so saw I could ya toss on the medon some no and some other babamo said in Yama Ebesiako way you can say Samuel Jande or no founder at the Galatasaray Ali Sambenye na Ali and I was saying na yesterday and a woman as capture the image I was a drone and woman and some let me at the ASR and a capture na ya tem na wona bridge na no ate ema na de so no so anya no nko a wo mo try na wo mo de Champions League logo ensom atu wiem na on say nyame adoma Champions League no wo mo ensom qualify na ade mo ye e wo the round spark anra and so mo use drone no and wo mo at the projected Champions League logo and no ensom wo wiem mo de che obi a e say wo mo qualify a wo mo edi ram e wo Europa and the Champions League adon some no ensom manano pay na ni nyina no obama me ene Victor Osimhen answer ne max na o se adem ebo game no enra omo de draw no ensom let me capture ne say ne max a won so say the born in the famous match ni nie and omo a project no so adem amana where your memories are wotimi say 1,000 years ni nyina no ade say ebeka team no ensom the history ma de won some ni nyina no ade manano pay na wonim say Fernando Muslera and so abedene farewell as my team no ni after 14 years where one Galatasaray team no and so let me tenra one mu at JC number 25 and at them and the last game and so let me cross so na unim se enra and one nko na unim se set and so let Dress Martins wano ana osan one Fernando Muslera e TV no so no omianu nyina na ade se omo time e gala ensom abanawie ye tenra wo mo ye bibi ensom ngadimomo na sara ko banyo mo projection na jamamia wo mo the drone shot no enso twa and thank you adima wo mo thank you Fernando Muslera and after Dress Martins wo mo adem ayamo mo fafafa na nya sabetu akra no later sa e fro no madebe do somebody you know atem amanano peno and afia project and nano pay atem amawo Wontumi TV and asem to tell later sir and also banana say reporter yes can and he said your Jumani their boys no woma be and rana so SNA woman nyinansom etimeja team no ho e de kona afa nuama kama enti Fernando Muslera and afa Dress Martins womu awia womu eko omadwuma womu be ni nyina na ade said here and also anya panawie ye and no aye kakrefo no mate ba na Fernando Muslera o ye legend Edema club no na ni nyina say 551 matches and no ensom etimabo mountain area say obetimi abo 19 trophies and what say Yadima Galatasaray and have goes as a goalkeeper. What ensom let me say no makum you know and when Yadima Galatim do some P and some debanti video Shadak Diatos on Enra our in the stadium on and I also said enough projections drone shot and some city remember over 1,000 drones and over the said Jumaya you be at the Amanado pay so no Senya Sametona Shadak Mama Victor Osimhen and for no and travoy eba game ni bi na omuwie na omu konese yani jam and omu ajo mani acha se omani aje ama Victor Osimhen na nya semeto akra e woka no ntiwei aye abra na ne supporters ne fans anasa ne nanfofo no behwe game ni bi ewie ya omu eko enie bench fan se Osimhen de udu takia o ya se ne womu de dia side de onsempi ensom adema wa nya semeto asora ken room e Manchester United and one game no money Hong Kong and a boy Man United every game no free and no a brace from a branch Chido Obi one and now 2 goals no as the Manchester United or they say Manchester a branch here your friend agent Haven and so say 1 at the Kaumania 3 at the Manchester United Bobo after say no coach I friend is saying Ruben Amorim as in Malaysia and what depa omudu no the way Man United support say receive womo wore say ne omo abasa ba back na fe womo bagina no omo ba with good results said ye ene omba no na mbia Manchester ba or Champions League final wa boy wiaje Manchester ba wa win Premier League no eye ne said ye ne reality no wono ansom apesa ye na mom oye grateful FA Emma supporters no any the way omo see receiving Manchester United na mom movement all kano and says womba ba biema omo ba no Manchester United baba titles and Ruben Amorim and some Kakono and some Maria Tuja Yate and the San Seminino at the Emana Ruben Amorim and was a branch of friend said Bruno no one said Bruno to Saudi Arabia Yakaka I'm a fancy yeah at Amawa Church Muzo it's a woman ya bressa boy and can Saudi for no Enyana Komu Papa Hila for Nankasar Oze Eya Hila and the Arna Sanum and Umo and some Anya Brinamo Hila Timno and the ladies and Komu Enya a branch of Bruno Fernandes and Komani Beje na Amorim Enra and was one of the only on your show as a bino and some Ebekobabia not worker and he said do betimia can say one of the or feelings Tianio Manchester coach your friend Ruben Amorim say oh feeling as a boy near friend Bruno no ever in many Manchester United next season at Yama Manu Yentia coach Ruben Amorim.
Manager, I'm the coach, but sometimes it's a decision of the player. But of course, I talk with him, I explain things, and I just have that feeling when I talk to someone. You have the feeling if he wants to stay. Of course, sometimes in a lot of games this season he was so frustrated, but he knows what we are doing. So the feeling that I have every time I speak with him is that he wants to continue for sure in Manchester United, but you never know.
Do you think that the amount of money that Al Hilal are offering, supposedly, the club can turn that down?
Yes, we can find another way to win money. Of course, I'm the manager, I'm the coach, but sometimes it's a decision of the player. But of course, I talk with him, I explain things, and I just have that feeling when I talk to someone. You have the feeling if he wants to stay. Of course, sometimes in a lot of games this season he was so frustrated, but he knows what we are doing. So the feeling that I have every time I speak with him is that he wants to continue for sure in Manchester United, but you never know.
Do you think that the amount of money that Al Hilal are offering, supposedly, the club can turn that down?
Yes, we can find another way to win money. Of course, I'm the manager, I'm the coach, but sometimes it's a decision of the player. But of course, I talk with him, I explain things.
And some Aremanano pay now, or Serenuma SCT, my you did a ZDMO, and so I a day pa at Yama coach in Zerabaya, Obetimia Boajuma, Nanuametima Kokama, Aviama Manchester United, I am called Liverpool, Nayonin Commercial Liverpool, Jeremy Frimpong, Wababedu, I said, be bien, come as a Jeremy, as so no a player, as the Manchester agreement or the Liverpool agreement, you know, I reached as I said, yeah, woman and some there as a boy, no, a bit me a Juma, at the Amatim Nafin, Kama, na Jeremy Frimpong after sir, and Yamaya Kama, be at the dam at Yamano say Liverpool, Omejneche, na Onya Juma because said Trent Alexander Arnold, no, na or call Zeze when you're free team, no, I call amateurs, I know walk no, na Liverpool for you say boy way and in Bonnebo, and some Trent Alexander Arnold, woman did say Nanimu call Anafeni different and accurate, and some Trent Alexander Arnold, and Jeze Wabay, dear Jumano, woman as well, so by enough for any kama, na boy no area to just obey what the energy. Ana eba na omo beye adwuma together womo ba na from ababo adwuma enom ana betimi aboama ene team my friend say Liverpool etimi awini titles yentie nsama one also ade atodwa energy no e different. Jeremy Frimpong,
how does it feel to be here?
Thank you, it's a pleasure, you know. I'm playing for Liverpool, you know, like what more can I say? You know, my whole family's excited for me, my girlfriend, so yeah, I'm happy, man. Blessed.
Talk us through the process. It seems like it's gone quite smoothly and quickly.
I think it went quite easy, you know. Obviously, Liverpool came and they said they had interest. And obviously, for me, it was a no-brainer, you know. For me, it was like, whatever you guys do, just get this done. You know, my agents, you know, just get this done. And yeah, like you said, it went quite smooth. You know, there was no problems.
And just a final one, message to the fans. Liverpool fans have been very excited to see this when it finally goes out. What would you say to them now that you're a Liverpool player?
The Liverpool fans, I'm gonna give my all, my energy, my work rate, and hopefully we can win together. We celebrate together. We do everything together. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here. Thank you.
And so eba buana feni work rate in any bibia wa kabom na Liverpool team ya buana ma wini together. Oko Liverpool team they say o share in the players o mu fi Netherlands wo mu ya Juma Van Dijk nom ko de Gakpo and afi Gravenberch nom enyina ho mo ba Juma na connection no te say the orange o boys ya unu mu enso besia kan say no so sa ne Dijk teammates no na ni ajepa ese ono enso enyo opportunity na ono mo abom eno ayade a nigisem edemana no so o de kakra ede to dwafa ho se ne wono so ene ne nkofo a omu fi krobako enyo opportunity etimi esiakan abom wo se ready be room na afi etie ensem kakra o de etu dwa no report from no madeba ne papa ana o hwe no na ha video we ana o kakra ne papa so daddy em say o team na o pesa me pon eno a ana say me so metime enyo opportunity a mi kosi akante amoma no ne family no ano mo hage ho a yade awonsem pi ensom avem ania reporter yensam kamame Liverpool say reporter men say kan say ne wo mo the offer enso Florent Vet say reporter men say kan say bano fear Liverpool sim boy no me tell say no 130 million eno adawo no mo ayo margin say kwan bia so wo mo ebe submitted deal ade akọ offer no ensom ebetimi akọ fe wo mo enso the boy no abeka and Jeremy from Pomona Omaya Jumano as the Amatim simple and no a reporter if one my deba latest no and some adeba say Liverpool no over Trent Alexander-Arnold de Remo our team a friend of Madrid modern for no woman yes our contract boy no woman in the no a 6-year contract woman did release cross 1 billion and so let me say no a says say woman treasure boy no ze said ye o share club world cup na dan a oro ensom ebetime rem na fe wo bo adwuma ajama Madrid bo boko no nje said ye confirm say boy no ebetime rem efe amati me friend Madrid and your reporter and no eba no release clause 1 billion nje say o pay and Trent Alexander-Arnold Liverpool for crab babiem a 1 billion and wo betua and no Jeffrey Deba na o share said ye ne Liverpool and some city mame Manchester City na mame jogging club former manager ayo friend say Fernandes say Manchester ono so Johnny City eboboko no ne Pep Guardiola ekoye adwuma ensom aboma enya sametwane news free o ade awonsam ni nyina no ensom ademo na no play so no so ene later sa efro no madeba na say ye kan ni nyina ensom na say Madrid eboboko no mania prepare awu abo adwuma Xabi Alonso say ono arese kwambia so Madrid team no ebekọ nanim na omabo adwuma boni ya metese yase Alonso aka kire Madrid team no ene mpanifosem ope striker ani type enso tese hoselu eno eye tese manager no enso ngari atum panifanim said the type of profile striker awanu ehia no anu ngari atum panifanim a yate awonsem tie ma na no pay e wo so no so na onim say yase ukom the Madrid Xabi Alonso no watun nsam ari afre boya enkra we mienu se kwambia so club world cup no wo mumre no mumabo adwuma enso emo team no Jesus 40 and afe ene o share right back wano ebetimi aboa na wabebo adwuma dikadika enso no ho and afe Diego Aguado wano so one player mo chance left back wano ebetimi aboa coach no ebo free center back anasembia center back no always say the free formation we tray obo free no na abranch offense Diego Aguado enso no betimi aboa silia tray as ama Madrid and your reporter yensam enso etimeka our Madrid team no abra say Alonso enso aba wo hyehyɛ nneɛma sɛ bia nneɛma nso betime kama ante ama team no na Angelo Stiller ay one player sakodai enso ay na densa Madrid wa amoa ɛnya de sɛ team bia ba wɔdo enso betime abo ente sɛ Angelo Stiller enso one player ay so no ay desperate sɛ coach your friend is Alonso adwuma obebom o Madrid na dan a wɔno enso any manager no ebetimi ay adwuma ade aboma yade ene sa latest ni nyina no afem amana no pe e team no so na unim sam say reporter ban say uko Barcelona they say another transfer hot omo say the goalkeeper department and the fancy aka say Mark Andre ter Stegen Barca team no omu eresem omeja ne kwa because no why not they say senior minds enti so on third choice goalkeeper and I say me a second omu eresem goalkeeper fan say one Garcia no woman the boy no enso no betimi aba nemo reporter me second and it's a Laporta our president of Barca and the message I'm a Barca board SNA dear unknown president to here boy near friend Andre ter Stegen say okase wono enso ntimi ntina team no ma o manenko say omunya green light as a team no and as omunya green light every boy your friend one Garcia I was a boy ne baba esem omu etimi ma Mark Andre ter Stegen enso omu jane kwan ema ono enso etimi ekọ eno aye reporter ba na Julian Nagelsmann coach at my Germany woman national team no and some 12 obusan say ter Stegen issue our Barca no what one sem kakra one Hans Flick din komo wa unipa no wa unipa one na din komo fa boy no and so one the coach no atwetwe komo woman din komo na mom anya se ne enkomo no efa Andre ter Stegen wo sem ya one ensom abeko anasem bi obeste our Barca nya na adwuma no anya one na coach boy no our Barca do obetimi aka then says a boy no and so back ejina Barca so Barca plans omo transfer plans no and a betre esa Mark Andre ter Stegen no abeko anaso wonko enye na adwuma enso ane so kasa efa boy no stay anasembia na onefra ofri Barca enso natimi akwa no Julian Nagelsmann reporter and also everyone ma kwa do some no enra lamini yama post and the Instagram IG na odem and the post ne bato so ni post ya no and na Brent fan say Marcus Rashford at the comment akwato ase na the comment no emoji na dasie no emoji say laughing emoji and a dasie na amanfo busa say boy yi say fancy akato say o desperate say team bia ni wa obebo apart from mbia and the Barca team no and mbia Marcus Rashford na twen say and obebo Lami Yama post yi anu akọ comment no manfaza akwai area say nya Barca obebo nti ase ade bia ya Barca bia obeso de no twetwe won say the be ya ye be hu se nei ono nso ho anaso do team no any adem ntini nyina no ensama no ekọ so do nsam no ade baba imagine say bia o Alejandro Balde na o ye kan say Marcus Rashford bonkuma faso ade ma Barca team no masa enya asame to akra no kakra eno phone ma de ba do nsam nyina no enso ade ma na do pe so no so na Sharak mame Ronaldo ni ani nkomo CR7 Al Nassr eboboko no say yaka area to that boy no na possibilities no doso ida so obestem Al Nassr and I say obe move to Hela obeko club obeko FIFA Club World Cup and I say Club World Cup so no opetima ebeko bi na fe club championship no wonu Ronaldo enso ngako bobi na wonim say CR7 Ronaldo American asemi enra nwumrem abani ate say woni Al Nassr a full agreement and I take place between the agent no and afi Al-Nassr boboko into reporter enso eno no na your source no Saudi Arabia enso can sembe pray say boy no enso betima stay ya te say another 2 years or no enso betima jatum na afi watu aso ade ama Al-Nassr Saudi Arabia ya dem na unsam ni na no ade banti we CR7 ensam no and ya dem emo na no pay so no so na yeni nkomo ene Arsenal wo maswe ni nyina say reporter me sam enso ekanie Benjamin Sesko woman ya brepa acha se ne RB Leipzig boy no wo mu ayo madwen say 21-year-old forward woman ya no amana banadia ten say release clause wafe 67 million pounds and wafe no more reporter man say Arsenal atota and no nkofo ayo madwen say said the city bia no some omu activity clause and no 67 million pounds over na from efa Benjamin Sesko ya dem awon sabni nyina no efe banani say United team no either say Bruno ebeko and I say Bruno enko no metese yase se Bruno beko Bruno nko yase Kobe Mainu no o de offer ba na se omu se offer no tempting ade a ebetumi amaboy no enso akwa ana sika ebetumi amama United for no enso etumi aje omeja abranche Kobe Mainu nso ekwan amana kom enhwese omu ewese Bruno beko Bruno nko boy no enso sika bia bebe mu odubia no wo metumi aje no mama boy no enso etumi akwa no diaba na mi se Madrid Chelsea for no womu ko Endrick wa yase omuso womu ko pe Endrick on loan Chelsea for nie ana Madrid for na mo pa se de mo be se mo Chelsea Endrick no bibi na ya bibio we akwa we bapa ne anim se Madrid enya sameto abate se e man for tuni din akase emfa se ajagu wo ba ya nkoye ana Chelsea for mo ba mo de loan deal ana ba womu se o ma reject a loan offer Chelsea enso ngade aba so mo as a Andre Abranche fan Andrika yafe awon sem piede ma na yase Milan AC Milan team no noni madueke yes wo mo so mo pe na yase Chelsea so botas ne taste news no wo mo ani aje mi gidi so ya Chelsea ni a woni ba je me ko noni madueke say ne otemu so ani na dia ba no sem yase Chelsea reserve wo mo benya be 50 million pounds na mo yase Milan team no say sika no so too much ade say 50 million pounds no ade say omuntimi activate sa closer eno enso ngadam fanani ene madueke eno report I phone mate be don some no eba Bradley Bacola player to my Paris Saint-Germain na Bacola this season players wo mu engine ama PSG woni duzere duenom adwuma ma bo enya adwuma ketua na unim sam yesi Newcastle team no ana fe Arsenal and Tottenham wo mani abra wo me offer PSG wo mu enso yese ne wo mu ebetime nya boy na me dia maintain sese PSG for no wo mu be willing atom boy na December wo de be 42 million pounds aba and some and bi o majai boy no enso etime atiama eno reporter if you no de be don some no azem aba La Liga wo mu awards enso cost to voting egusu gidigidi na nim say La Liga best player reporter and say and it's a fans in voter wo mu no wo mu say according to fans no wo mu say Mbappe and I really La Liga player and no wo mu enso vote no where your fans vote tianie maba be church adiama your committee wo mu enso say and your fans no wo mu so vote wo mu ye na according to fans no wo mu voter wo ma ye no so far no wo mu say Mbappe and the best player wo mu adi young player no enso meko eze Malami Yama say ne wono enso and the young best player in the La Liga and no reporter and no everyone whatever now the best manager wo mu say a coach Fernandes Flicker where coach Adema Barcelona wono enso and wo mu etepe no say where best manager La Liga and no reporter ba wo mu say La Liga goal of the season wo mu adem Amaluka Sussex ni goal against Jano Black sa go no FPA and no enso go mo say ne and no goal of the season ya don sam madeba and after save of the season echo ever Jano Black ni saver were against a team of Fernandes Sadat hey sa board enye we team in Israel and Danin Sanano yes and that's a metro Quentiano and no more chesene and no a save of the season ya don some mateba na was no say ana and a criteria or more of them was in city fans a vote a 40% and have a specialized committee womu at 60% and no womu obetime really fans not one really specialized the committee womu diano and to report them as a fans in diano and no dia voting and to me uni padodoa woma voting and no and yatem I won't say atema and I no pay so no so nya semetua UEFA Champions League final Munich na mi aduma and anumre Sorak Mami Rio Ferdinand and afa Julio Cesar and Claude Makelele Enra womu ewo Munich abrana fans festival and no cause way a Champions League festival way for the fans you know nenra womu ye bibi kakra and so way Rio Ferdinand Julio Caesar and afe Claude Makelele nie womu ana crowd no fans festival ni o na womu che jersey atase de jersey no womu aye bibi ti se tuo ana womu jersey no enso asem to womu toa na akoto fans no mo fa na odi kofie inte both inte and afem and a PSG womu nyina jerseys aye available ewo ho enra nwumre abra na festival ekoso ewo Munich.
Thank you.
3, 2, 1. No fights. Oh, that's a good one. That was good.
Here.
No.
To shot here is impossible.
Claude, you need to go high. You need to kill someone. You need to go high. This is sick. Can I take this home? I want one of these. These are sick, man. Thank you to Qatar Airways for putting this on. Hope you have a wonderful day, guys. Want to say thank you to Julio.
Thank you, Rio.
Thank you
to
Claude.
Pleasure.
Enjoy yourself, and we're here.
Fan festival no esi across Nenra enumere our fans festival na se no we Claude Makelele ene Julio Caesar and Aferio Ferdinand na Ferdinand bisa question yi na enye wo de before no justice ni we clubs omo compete our Champions League omo justice enye obe teams ni bebre Barca nom and afe Inter nom Bayern Munich nom Arsenal nom and afe team no Dorso Milan for justice ni chese justice bebre Man City nom chese wo hwa ultimate at the Aston Villa ni Bayern Munich ni Dortmund ni FPA nti omo enso me kai teams womo a ball level na be pem just level and womo project womo jersey why them awon sam no the Ebana Shadrack na enwa no enwumra no na Rio Ferdinand ebusa and Claude Makelele say why never make a difference our game no PSG and the Inter players ben area one bet make a difference na odi peno fama me na fe eni nsan komo no emfa abra na obusa why never make a difference PSG almost squad na Dembele nom ni other boys who said the duzere do nom and wo mo kan wo ban Taro Martinez wo mo chala why ne be make a difference ankasa yentie senior man Claude Makelele kakra odi atuda department team ni mienu no Jan Sommer ana fe Donnarumma o mienu why na say do penalties obetime de ne bet ato akire no say hey keeper si mienu Donnarumma che ana Jan Sommer so too much na do kan nyina no and say one monitor mo bia zero na I said Donnarumma kakra bi ahead of Jan Sommer. There is a penalty biaba and also betimi asie no kakra de atuda na Champions League night do say ya nnuama bebre ekoso ewo agropama no so nnuama bebre konko for trim ewo agropama no so na Orin Hargreaves and some kakra atuda na do ya atuda no yebusa ne say dena ekoso ewo Champions League night abra players no bebo game because edwana jona na anthem no cry be boy yemsusie ene said the nnuama city and say na city and also wono wa Bobia Valencia ewo Milan na ono no wose edu ba bi na ese onse bo batches and crowd so onsa mascot ni bi eso onsa na omodo wose edu ba bi nsa ewo so che wan hwe ya stroke kra betimi ache no because said edu Champions League night and nnuama ekoso ewo players ni trim enye nnuama keto akra wo de o tinchan a na wo hwe ni ade na mo bo match no nnuama fa rani wo mo trim no a lot motivation at the man ahead of the game and say nay womo enso betimi abomoden na we win Champions League for the first time and no a gift our dema team no any club no and after City I know a Paris our no team na for the PSG I no a gift to the club a gift to the city and no no and so the atuga was a something historic adia ebe abakosema ebe don February so no and the first manager our team aboma PSG and so I win Champions League entini D and so ampepada and no aya adeba ko motivating no one musan sam ene Dembele ne commitment to the club no so say okay Dembele of course boy no about the mentality were very tough say in the mental in the toughness boy no very strong na do can say team no watimi aboa ama team no improving mentally na do can nyina say obetimi aka say already team no more boy no one of the best players at this season wo ma boy juma ma PSG eboboko no was a goal or create chances wasan lead team no with boldness ema team no enso etimi abibia wa group ama no so enti ene omu rese victory enso ebetimi akoso eno eye coach Luis Enrique kakra wono eri atudwa dem na wonsam ni nyina no enti emosi game no ade ba ko pene wom wase obetimi akase early goal ebetimi a change bibia early goal abantama game no betimi asesa enti the warrior anim ni say ni team no enso ebetimi adapt very quick na final no oma ball from the start of the whistle enso akọ final eno 90 minutes ni wie ya womu enwie wa group amano so mu gira womu so eno de ne wode atudwa ya dem ahonsam ni hina no enso ade ma wose wono ni team no omu amonita inte na wose ni team no betimi break any defense PSG team na ohwe no was PSG na team a won betimi a collapse any defense na do kan nyina say inte our high profile players woman level our so woman attack kama woman defense accurate na do kan say inte woman born bo a enko woman refiner enko woman PSG for no anebo entu andirect woman a won ma agro enso na di nti do kan nyina no enso ene so ore anim say nuama ebetimi kama na ne ba no ansa ne bana frimu and was send there and kase obo fine and anka otunani ewe stance no anka ne babai and so e ma owe daddy and ye pa na moduoka and say spiritually ne bali tanachi awon no and so we anim say very important say ne ba no adini spirit abatachi and amanfos bo ba kwa wuko boy and awodin samanfo nyina ko tachi no e kakra fi o adem ba PSG etim no meeting ye asem anwa last training na coach ye friend Luis Enrique yeah na utimi se players we na betimi abo game no Galogi Donnarumma ebetimi adem Ashraf Hakimi Obabo Marquinhos anafe William Pacho Nuno Mendes Vitinha João Neves Fabian Rio Bradley Barcola Ousmane Dembele Victor Kvaratskhelia womu aya boysa yatem asekwambia so wo betimi start lineup we no aya lineup as Tivo Ure coach no away game of Botia Liverpool the same lineup and ne one enso let me di rasa game no mo because that game no boy etia Liverpool no the strongest team at asene where you see our the UEFA Champions League no enti our squad we and what them I know Rome at one some no ateba Inter team no mete say omunya tifo enanumre Inter Milan team no nya tifo bia na demete say omo de yellow flag na omo do logo no enso na bom na omo dia see the corners of the field and asemia womo stands baby omo tena no eho and omo enti say Shadrack ya trewa salafo no and omo de bedro entenie we Inter no tifo na mom womo abde omo flag no with logo kakra and omo ensom na de beshawa ya don sempie de ba Simeone Inzaghi e de atoda say single player the players no okay ahead of the game no ever so and then and so anyway was out of 59 games what body this season of 3 times a pair and when you the entire and then the players no I'm my ball match no more this time when you the players ni na I want to more era game no more you doing some the boss so find a way a bit different from the see or Istanbul what my prepare also my preparation experience from the last final what mu koy and what mu nim say ne wo mo ebetimi dia room na this time no wo metimi asesa nuama na nuama nso na kama dia matim no na yobusa ne say hela fo no wate wo mo nka we ya te say hela enso pa no so na ni je na do betimi aka say this moment no a Champions League night yenka hela asem enso no ha eno a report what dey and some no a day ba na inte ya te say o message so mo jesi che ne sa jesi no kra fancy aye hom ene story e dia ma say o mo third kit and o mo ba na ne Lautaro Martinez and wo musane say Jason no aden na mode sa jersey yellow and ababa game no bibi special e wo man na because fancy your story ne catch us wo mo de sa jersey we about Champions League games away matches wo mo nya victory wo mo de ball league games wo mo nya victory nti wo mo gidi ese jersey we bibi wo na mo Lautaro Martinez say reason be any ho jersey wo mo de ball match nti no some of them not to no reason I want to betimi dia justify jersey wo mo I know kakro day atuja don some no and so adema ne e was so no senior reporter in Seka Nicolo Barella e dia atuja was Inter team no woman in born bank woman raw woman Barca dia see ye go se pie ye chese team no a strong team na mo mu rese kwan bia so wo mu ebetima ya adwuma ne kama ente ama team no na anwumre abra game no so eba so the details ni nyina no ente eba na ohwe game na ene impossible 11 enye Jan Soma edemu a akire eye Alexandro Bastoni bebo Francesco Asebi bebo Benjamin Pavard bejam oko animu a ubenya Hechancha Negro ubenya Brantia ya fani sem Nico Barella anafe Denzel Dumfries no wo mu ebe adwuma Henrik Mkhitaryan enso mbejam ubenya Federico Di Marco Lautaro Martinez anafe Marcos Thuram wo mu and likely say na nwumre wo mbechima ya adwuma ne kama nafe enwema nso etima koye meti se Jonathan Ta anase Jonathan Davis ni agent ene obewo Munich o ni nyina nse inte womu ensom anya pretendentia womu aye interested agent no eba be monitor game na fe ono nso ayese obe finalize bibia eno a report every whatever West Snyder at the one in ama PSG a team na say PSG for no mu inte team way aye stronger aye bigger o compared to 2023 womu e final womu koy against Man City a obekam ese Simeone Inzaghi etim we no womu ye more motivated ni nyina ne say league title kra womu elusu ye with a point eno e motivate womu pa e manuama ensom etime kama edimo womu gi title no ena nwumre eno e dode ato da Luis Enrique Mika say ne wife akwakodu womu e wo Munich ena no pay a chesem womu e bo chese ore Dembele scarf and a dawomu koma just a family no enso enjoy ya yet I won't send pete ba komianom betena na fe ye remna nyoma kama Dembele as a Ballon d'Or ne de yemfa nto nchen and anwumre Champions League no and yenka was the most important thing and say omu ebetimi we need the Champions League and no eba so no Dembele kakra wono enso ade atodwa don sam no ade ma na ade na Marcelo akasa team no eba na Marcelo nsam what they are to do on pick inte and have PSG players no between them why and an imbone ball ye body anu a pick one sembia yan soma any Donnarumma na wayi bako yentie kakra and also what they to do na fe team numre na fe yen fancy so na numre adache any poso Champions League night I don't tell you ko boto tini
oh yes
Michaelele wa ka bibia fo cheche mu say sa ball no na say Solomon Kalu and a ball sa kick no ana onu akofa ya oboma asemba nto wa cheche mu kakra woni Ferdinand Enra 2008 DC afa no abechim de na so boss a kick no match
me pesa me confirm
anti we the entire Ferdinand Fedro bechim de entia za penalty no na eni kwan say JT ana ebo yenti no ntino na say Kalu na e fa ball no kobo don't tell you quick on the Miza Samuel man etaisi o game one I had because okay Asamoah Gyan so ni Tornado Dieno in South Africa so Tornado ne fa sa ball no later ana baby jet say o so ni Diego Forlan no mo pe goalkeeper and wo kofa ball ma eseye ana won so na wo kabi wo Ivory Coast say Ghana call final no and also sa just a ball no say new one out give him because Jacob boy and it has you
I was all tired tin bebre now I am a bomb boy it be Jones
oh say I didn't see here just said o see chim no dey can you say ball now come on
I say o come be near 2 men fo men no men ko men yo
bo asemi pies abo
let's on the pampe on the one here
man with me fadi we simple
oh ẹnu so ensi wo bo mu so ẹnu so kan bi na ma boy ball what am I say you so ebetime raise a lot of questions about how 2009 the any course so any new maybe say Alex Koye any 2011 ade say Alex Koye what I say Liverpool for so be catch us say Milan for so story about the C 2003 and ameboa they could see need the SSC WC 2005 mum
205
it was 205 it was 205 they could see 205 omuni AC Milan no Istanbul almost a story almost beka AC Milan for beka say hey KN ni say ya oh yeah
carry the we just you
from my abori ya boy ka se bi any baby
Steve Bokode
Capo, nyame do bibia boko na
na me adom ho me we pa Steven
nyame ase.
Steven Boadi no.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Coach Ruben. Is that bibia boko there? Oh, okay. Na Coach Ruben nso abesraye. Coach no coach so de na tatas no be rema me ahwe. Say na on na selection ma PSG obefa hwan. Intense a coach be select wan na game no be cause
because final ko feeling it say. We are put a pressure.
And na Original group say ka no. O say nuama nam mutirim. Say bad akona ne nsa wo so say ya. Nye is pressure.
Because when you lose
no Capo so that so heavy cap a trading.
Cap games very different.
Agumia start in room.
Yes, Capo you better tactics in so now you need coach Obed about further discussions about that.
Yeah.
But first of all, I would love us to enjoy certain things around the Champions League. And the moment we've actually experienced around the Champions League. And the political battle around the current Champions League, because we need to have a feel of whatever this final is about to give us. And now, when you even listen to the Champions League songs, it will tell you that they are the best teams, the main event. It will tell you that this is the moment in time you expect the great teams to achieve something better. When you're the current season, it is obia attention ewo honom it is obewie season na wabo league awie wabo bibia awie match ne ba bia drundu wabo league bia awie bia so tifie wabo league awie bia etifie sisi and even professional players can relax here. They are trying to watch these two teams as to who is going to win this particular competition. But whenever it gets to the Champions League final, it want a full effect on teams in the me no mbabesi akan.
Okay.
One, it could be the takeoff point of any of these two teams. Number two, it could be the beginning of the end of any of these two teams.
Okay.
Number three, it could be the moment a sister teams ni nyina so shebre.
Okay.
So in this particular contest where we are discussing some of these things, there are two things you can never take it out when it comes to the UEFA Champions League. That is why I love this competition so much. One, moment of this particular competition. Number two, the omen that is attached to this particular competition.
Okay.
Iti omen no one sem ni babe no babe tena say ni ababe catch or say. You wo gidie bebre any history be a better Champions League no hu bia utwi mu time it will okay. So for example, before the Champions League started, you be can say bi wo hanom say English team back otimi Real Madrid pa no Arsenal because you come back to 2005-2006 UEFA Champions League season Capo Arsenal Real Madrid from no Santiago Bernabeu and Real Madrid. So at the end of the day you could see that things will find a way and make sure that those fixtures will go in favor of Arsenal.
Okay.
It is not by magic. It is not by anything extraordinary. But it is by the fact to say, if we are say history that one me yenton fan twene. Iti na otimi hu akoda bi okasa be bras akoda we dey me so epanimu aname na bia wawu awakwa aba. Because asem na akoda na ka no
asem no so
but history atwem ba ade na say okay.
This a pop can ya pop smoke.
Pop smoke ya wa bayi.
Nsema o
ye na rapping sa o ye no krom ase na no adin. Reincarnation. So what I say. So some of these things, you know, it can happen due to the trend of some of these things.
Okay.
Now Inter Milan edgena a certain position where they believe themselves said they be Champions League final. No, the moment I show more the last time omo Manchester City boy any day. Omo GDA be said this time around. No, omo na was omo because omo ntimi nko final. Twice within 3 years. Now obi embefa bibi mbefo omo ho beje a championship na na Champions League ni fem omo sem with another final. Then Paris Saint-Germain for so omo sugidi omo dey ba. Gidi be na omo dey ba. Omo gitumi say anytime I yebebo final no omo neki bia na a new winner na eje efa. It's back in the days from Nottingham Forest. Eba besi Borussia Dortmund. Eba besi Adia Chelsea aye. Eba to aso di bedru animo a who ni say omuso ogidie bi say because of that ninti no obetimi age eyomo omani omo believe omo gidi.
Okay.
But another thing so e kan ho e ma na yehu aside sa new winner na oje Dominic ni nie. Inter Milan abo 6 UEFA Champions League finals we and I almost 7th UEFA Champions League final. Onim say omajimu 3 no omo lusu ye ni nyina no eye teams ana omo je treble.
Okay.
And they say Inter Milan.
Okay.
So Inter Milan won the Champions League 63-64. Ombeji 64-65. But in the same 60s, getting to 66-67 season, Celtic Eshe Inter Milan de trophy finish your monaso. Not Celtic Agi League. Not Celtic Agi Scottish Cup. Not Celtic Agi the Scottish League Cup. Fine, I don't know what the twaso. I don't know what the treble. In 71-72, Stefan Kovacs, Ajax Amsterdam, Piet Kiezer, Johan Cruyff, Johan Niskansmo. Omuko fine and omuko J trophy ni the free Inter Milan in Semino. No match the Dutch Cup.
Okay.
Aji the Dutch League going into the final. And omuko J the treble. Fast forward 2022-2023 Inter Milan kwakwaje the Champions League and now person the Champions League no City Naje no na City Agi League na City Agi FA Cup
what they call treble no kososo. Okay.
It is the 6 finals na Inter Milan abono emu miensa omaje emu miensa no mantimi age no omu lusu to teams that season no moje treble. Sisi ano baby ejina no Paris Saint-Germain Agi League, Paris Saint-Germain Agi Coupe de France.
Yeah.
On the boy against Inter Milan in the Champions League.
The treble no so enam kwanso.
Treble no so nam kwanso.
To munsu gidie no wo.
Omusu gidie no wo.
Almost I first time as Munich.
And almost I first time as Munich. They told me and some PSG almost be OGD or game with money. Say, the last time I knew an Italian and French final, teams final, a French team in Nigeria, 92-93.
Okay.
Olympic Marseille ni AC Milan. Na Milan club ni involved.
And yeah, just Italian club, a Milan club.
Milan club.
Assassino.
But 92-93 so no. The format of the Champions League had changed. Because during that time, now Yugoslavia monto kwanin yo mebiniz ni atete omuntem.
Okay.
Eti atete omuntem the federations ni be bebre na nya ba ko ti say Yugoslavia munkwa this federation beba. It is Serbia, Montenegro, we nam ha, Kosovo nam ha, we nam ha. Obi a ye chichim. Ano mo say there be. Ya chichim say there we need to increase the number of teams that will come to the Champions League due to federations. It's a couple when the number of times our federations near increasing na. That means he said, I was a format of the Champions League in the near ball prelims.
Okay.
And I'm introduce you a first prelims. And Sanya be group stage, you know. And Sanya group stage in your baby top 2. No matter what semi final, no matter final, no. Ni who do obeje. It's that year, no. I'm introducing a new format that accepted a lot of nations into the first phase of Champions League. It's a both teams baby. This time around, you introduce a new phase and format of the Champions League, where Slovan Bratislava, Czech teams new mama they are not first also about prelims in Inano. They come to the league phase straight. Your born is as easy, you know. Olympic Marseille, Energy.
Okay.
It is the omena is surrounding the Champions League. And some of the history that is attached. Inter Milan will be looking for they will get in their title as soon as possible. But maybe a PSG should be now. But the political nature of this whole thing we are trying to talk about, it deal with one, the geographical rivalry between Inter and AC. Now, in terms of domestic trophies, check the Italian Serie A, Juventus is dominating.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the European trophies, now AC Milan are the scene in Aso. Now money Inter Milan was share back also. Now the TNA and I'm AC so near fast so they bet Inter. And I'm AC so. And near fast so they bet Inter. Now the TNA Inter International Milan, you know, say AC Milan was a club that is made for and conform free chromo on my elite.
School team no.
A team no. And a chromadia. I don't say obi free abonten beba na onya bi mo e be kasa tintin bebrebe no yemfam ne yemfante international Milan. Inter is a team made for the world. AC Milan is a team made for the Italians. So how can a team made for the Italians win 7 UEFA Champions League? A team made for international players at the 3. This is an international competition. It's a man for.
And you hear
now they will love to close the gap. AC Milan in their prime days, they are not sure no. Say AC Milan in their prime days no dominated Champions League no. So Berlusconi, Onya Rigosaki, share consistency at AC Milan now during that period of time. The quality of players they attracted: Ruud Gullit, Frank Rijkaard, Marco van Basten, Mauro Tassotti, Paolo Maldini. She squad no more parody na adi betu mu no. But Inter Milan no joyful days here you won't say led by CEO Beppe Marotta. Share the results of Mania Champions League go final no cross free.
Wontumi ansanje.
But almost the two almost say are trouble, but they want to close the gap.
To omo no Milan for no dey. Ni bresem internal rivalry.
Internal rivalry interfere to kwano ho. So they will need to win this at all costs.
Is that the Ombeban Sapan?
And yes, I'm Sapan. I'm Milan for no so Jinamu say. Mo now no question France for Lusu, Busumba Lusu. Inter for no super so much say. Mo na mo koya mo France for the share. Mo na NC. That is the Milan side. Now to the French side. Oko Piomo Marseille ankasa ya baby Bruno Bakwa. Omo mo twa transit ne pass am fan so nti na Algeria for ne Morocco for dos wo no e ho no mbesi iti e ho so ekura ya manfa for na dominate wo no e ho na Algeria North Africa for no mo fa Mediterranean Sea ni sudodo na bi e be pie di besi okay iti ho mo je awo no nti na wo he Zinedine Zidane a ono ma say he be ofri ni ade ne nyoma etan na chie say ofri Algeria hwe Benzema ne story be ofri ni yes Algeria sa nyoma ni ntia ti ma me ne ba akula ne betwa nso e ho no ma be pie. Now, during that particular moment in time was Claudio Tapie. Now, Claudio Tapie was an influential big man when it goes to the French economy and how French no police strings. He was the don. Now, being the president of this particular club and pulling up the strings, the best players in France played for Olympique Marseille. It Abedi Pele, Basile Boli. Let's not forget that even before that, there was David Ginola. You David Ginola. No go fast aside ni na de buy. It ade omudi two omo woni ese no. Ye buy na entertain mu na dominating league no. Ba ye Marcel abegigi league ne de ato so sa ya de sie na so. Se ya sa tra. Asa kwaje the Champions League. It ade omudi huru PSG fo ni nyina na ese mo. Ma ko fa kata fo sika de abakro mu ase. Ye ni ehia kata sika. Esu yetimi aboy ho mode yetimi age the UEFA Champions League. It mumu ntimi nyibi me ehwe. It did be Olympic myself one say what French League and am your local champions. Mo nya de am mo fampie mo ye bema mo fampie. Ska mo nyina mo top players 200 million. Mo top players 300 say, mo spend say, mo fa way talent e wo kro mo bia mo na mo fa. Now PSG wants to fight that particular battle by winning the Champions League tonight. And
I think say a movement in any because they will almost struggle for this. For players be brave
and myself for the 9 years form because and I myself for the bomb one bra every 2 omo France hono e betima Indiana Joy and if it is supposed to end it to end in style because I say Champions League no man get treble
okay
I don't know myself for the Champions League no man get treble
but we treble PSG
but when a different thing altogether. Now here comes the political attachment to this particular final. Now say Kalafi, ECA from Pennyphone, European Football Association for Uncle Phony Bini Namo. Now Abra Katabira football, there was a little bit of geopolitical aggression towards Qatar. which initially I explained the Gulf War na air kosono. You look at maybe a Cartagena man for GD say Qatar supply a omo terrorists for the tools supply bomb supply money o bebre. It is the likes of Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, ni Bahrain mu nyina kabo mu ni say there be Qatar for no support to trust no mo si Qatar to. It mo block we mo block baby bebre. So Qatar wanted to use football as a tool to put themselves into the frame. Said the bear the opportunity on betting your tone myself. Ediama we say and yes son of what na said ye we mo kano isusu ye na adwini mu no enko saa. So now with football no omo targeting most clubs but they could not get. So the realistic option was Paris Saint-Germain. Now they get Paris Saint-Germain. So they are fighting the world through football. So first of all they get to host the World Cup after buying Paris Saint-Germain. Now obia ko kromo no be katafo kumnipa katafo yesi but World Cup aye no it is one of the best World Cups ya share in recent times. Omontesa. Now let's say El Khelafi comes in with Paris Saint-Germain project trying to show everybody say your investment na ye pese ye dem football ya kono ne de ton ye culture dem man for abonten. It hwene omo man ye Paris kromo ene ne omo masisi. Na afi akade akaso betimi agi bibi ba make say o ma no mo ne o mo kontokwa ni nyina no UAE afa ho ama UAE for na ba be Champions League Dubai with Manchester City o ma anye ba akoso mo je treble and yes a Champions League no kwa no be they won the treble and they dominated the Premier League. Omukuta one of the best coach and one of the best coach I know we at that time because currently they yenye nipo best coach. But during that time, four times, they had the best coach. It's almost say there be now you wait for you cry Dubai for you cry for him fan on my deal with then there's Saudi Arabia, their biggest rivals. Saudi Arabia for the per crime be asked the real football, but Saudi Arabia per crime be so the for Chelsea. So if you want to know, say Clear Lake, I want to walk. So I $1 billion almost spending near the Adini track it back to the Saudi Arabia investment fund.
Okay.
So they found a way through Eddie Abishim.
They go forward, they wanted to redeem their image.
I know Massa better Saudi Arabia. But at the class someone say the Saudi for no once I hear one Shikrani say they say Saudi for league near popular. Qatar league no anya popular said they no more pen no. Amoko fa Marco Verratti mu nyina de amoko ne afọ by Saudi the Ronaldo ko
almost strategy na fa.
Afa Saudi Mitrovic, Saudi top players what the Saudi Benzema mu nyina bob.
Enye izo.
Aside that, omu host F1.
Yeah.
Omu host boxing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's omu host tennis.
The event international BIS sports event
in the Gulf war that is being there now, omu no. Enye Gulf also be attempt to, but omu no. There's a diplomatic war.
Yeah.
So the diplomatic battle no omu the area sports mu no kata no kra ya ka actually.
Yeah, also omu tu omu.
It ene. They will need to do something.
Okay. And asa Khelafi no nke kam ho.
Assembly na.
Nke kam ho we say adumo so. Mo Saudi for na you mu dia say adumo so. Yeah.
So mo be this is some of the things that surrounds the game apart from on the pitch. You be player A, player B, player C. Timidibesi near the above for acoustic oba near the coach room or tactics.
Mate, Steve Bray. Now also say akomia tete ho ama ye hu said ye nneoma we tree apart from the game no ebe rem or the amaye. Kent Juvenile say Interberry ni ene na win no so be 2.5 inti utiemi anafi wetie pa amanfo nso pe code no say code no me drop esa dia amam say ye di hu nkomo nti ebesa aka. Harry Dover say akomia if you like let the Eiffel Tower move from Paris to Bayern still PSG will lose Eiffel Tower was over Yemani movie still one more ebelusi and on seven no yeah Steve in room kakre
Capo but I say
yeah
football a tool that unites that earthy beautiful stories around the beautiful game. Now Osha the lead up to this game there are certain individuals who impact our their respective clubs and how Metimia drive the agenda of their club up to this stage. It demands that you're spending time kakra. Now you amplify no, and why this supposed to be one of the finals I was in I cherish it.
Okay.
And I started with Francesco Achebe. You see, there are players if you are omo career no, omo hits it the top gear early enough.
Okay.
A typical example is Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah.
Obobo was set in the number and son of Liverpool. I enjoy what it feels like winning and playing for a better team.
Okay.
Now, actually, story now ain't anything different. Just that he's somebody who free Milan Krumwa. But as a boy, team and any Jehono, AC Milan. But the career now started because of Onuankasanisu and in the buying. So he had to join Kievo, other teams, and in them, he is someone who was fighting many battles and were winning. At some point in 2013, no issues with cancer.
Okay.
The treaty na sababi. In 2012, now was losing a father, but ono as a child, you know, he had issues with the papa no grandson who free. Okay. Not because no penase, but I feel say na papa ni overly critical of the mistakes.
Okay.
You see, there are some parents that onim how or donebano, but expression of love, no, sometimes it becomes a problem. Into one try na kwadana who say or papa anaze uninim penase, but the reality is that or penase. So he had to move on to Sassuolo to rediscover the form, no, career, no, because he is one person before training sessions and some economy na night before no one any so. So no jino who decide what they know, but the other disciplines are also the kind of ball bono. Idea ne ludino.
Okay.
And sana okoshia Paulo Francini, which is a psychotherapist. Obuano so obe overcoming the pain our experiencing.
Okay.
From Sassuolo, he moved on to Lazio. And Lazio, no, there became a bond between Ono and Simeone Inzaghi and the coach. So it was Simeone Inzaghi and not convincing. Say on tries to be joining Inter Milan, Wabra Oba in 2022. But that move na amba cheap because the fans of Inter Milan na omo oppose Achebe because age no kon him now at age 37. And no about for Inter Milan. But the Nipo convincing is only into the same Paolo Francini, which is a psychotherapist. Say, oh Papa Kratia Sena. That team or support no yeah Inter Milan. Though would yeah or boyhood interest no AC Milan. So there's every chance there was all now Kobomo. And then he joined now Ocean roots in the UEFA Champions League and our competition 65 games in Wabo when we talk of European competitions.
Okay.
Now 65 games our bono papa ya friend say Francesco Achebe on to Atlanta. Predominantly or left footed or the game no hana. Yes. But in the semi-final of the UEFA Champions League, of finding itself in an unfamiliar position at the very critical point of the game.
Okay.
That was extra time, minutes away from penalty shootout. And then he scored with the unfavorite foot. That's the right foot. Typical strikers goal. In 65 games. In that game, only 46 touches in the period of my boy, you know.
Okay.
And the 46th touch was in the
game against Barcelona.
Yeah. All recording the first goal. So it shows somebody or resilient, winning the battle against cancer on 2 occasions, overcoming depression because of ne papano ewuno. From the boos of Inter Milan fans, and no one yet in tune with the sign, you know, but still, or show that high mentality. So he's never given up because he has won many battles. Into when you crowd the idea easy for him.
He's a fighter.
A fighter. And then he no go in the Inter Milan drew another final. Communique, a dreaded land for teams that magic competition in Ibida. But also the other half, and I said the opponent, and so there comes a manager in Luis Enrique. The story of Luis Enrique, they say Barcelona is spending a lot. I hear panic buys in India, and they say after all the Omoji 2015 competition, opinion to me for winning beam, and he joins PSG. But also the candidate, the real candidate for PSG job now. There were two names and a PSG considered before Luis Enrique popping up. That was Jose Mourinho and then Antonio Conte. But the deeper discussion on 4D, I agree say Antonio Conte and then Jose Mourinho are winners, but they are not builders.
Okay.
But the Omo experience over time since Omo take it over na say managers Omo beni nyina I was something similar to Omo Diana say they are winners. Omo na obetime winning a season or two real see. But the Omo looking forward to no a total and convincing dominance. Yam build it from a scratch. So it took Luis Enrique convincing Luis Ocampos and then I said Life he said I can do it. This is how I want to start. I believe in the youth and then building a real culture. So you deviate from the celebrity culture in terms of big name signing, Niembra, yen signing players are more potential for now and then the future. Obenya absolute control over these players. So we have Vitinha, now we are Yao Neves, we have Fibre Ruiz in Omo team now. Say these are players are youngsters. Now quite sure William Pacho, age 23. Look at the sort of football Obomomo. So he as Luis Enrique, also go through some cycle of pain, losing the daughter, or claiming a body no cut, but the soul still exists, and every time feel the presence of Nebano. And he's not somebody or fear to lose. This is a coach, ultimate chief football, no, eco marathon race, swimming race. And that Sahara Desert, you see him competing. So he is also a fighter. Okay. So the story of Luis Enrique in this competition in Ubia, what changed the mindset of Paris Saint-Germain? Now, I dare the owners now envisage for a very long time. He is on the cusp of doing that. The Ompes Omo a European dynasty. Omo dominant. Send Real Madrid ne others na ye and yet domestic dominance in Kwano Omo sheshe. And only there Inter Milan and as a Paris Saint-Germain sheshe. But in him they have a very wonderful manager Obetime. But say you share the game itself. A game my target is a tactical chess. Coach Obetime and a loophole a CZ on. At the minute in here, attention, he will be the one to win because both sides now, as you say, they have quality in that. Yeah, they have the men to do it. Inter Milan are coming into this competition from the heartache of 2023. Most of the players, still are present our team. Yes, they are coming with the same manager in Diego Simeone. Also, the current crop of players Paris Saint-Germain. In 2020, when they were losing, only personal Kempembe, that of Marquinhos, now Becca said, no more integral in that team. So youngsters we know the pain of the two now omo joining team. No? But Inter Milan, from a possible treble to troughless season. Now Betimaji Scudetto, Betimaji Coppa Italia. Nina went away in a flash. Now the only trophy Ombetime winning the UEFA Champions League. But baby I kobo final no something that goes against obi awajibida. German Kuruno or minor.
Sasena ekoso.
Yes.
Ompe obi awajibida.
Awajibida. Tuba obi pafufro. Now PSG per se or yet history beer. A bear worth telling people.
Okay.
Now, Messiah care about the Marcel team of 1992-93, our winning competition with Abedi Pele, Didier Deschamps, they were all part of that team. But under a scandal into a more chairman no say that season omoje competition you relegate omo because now match facing allegations against Marseille, so they were relegated. President went into prison, but PSG they know say omo team into so much team the year as we need trouble there as surpasses there Marseille abaye France would do our world football but it will surprise you to know say only Olympic do Marseille and now for our competition. Reims elusi, Saint-Étienne elusi in the final. Omo PSG asan ba be elusi bi. Marseille no so elusi bi. So it's time for another king from Paris. I the capital, so you be crown no. But at the end omo wa e kire say omo wo the ingredients of potential champions. You can never win the UEFA Champions League with a poor goalkeeper.
It's a factor.
Yes. PSG so just as Inter Milan about some difficult games, almost Wabobi. It took the last 3 games of the group phase and ultimately they discover Momojo and they qualify and almost share Brest, your favorite team, and almost share 10 goals, and then Liverpool by far the toughest game on Wabo. And at Anfield, Omunya qualification via penalty shootout. And in that game, Nobi Abeka said, goalkeeper Gigi Donnarumma was the best player on the field, saving PSG on the night. Penalty shootout, Liverpool didn't even make a case for themselves and no more qualify. Then again comes another English team in Aston Villa. From Aston Villa head on, then Arsenal arise. And no more Jumane simple for Arsenal. They are in the final against an Italian side. But Inter Milan saw consistency in terms of their manager, consistency in terms of the quality of possessing, and they are coming in with a 3-5-2 system. They have quality in that experience against a young side. Why never ended up winning the competition? I think say Coach Bema the tactical aspect, the mental preparation ahead of games like this. But say you will be all to play for Inter Milan.
Okay.
Because how flamboyant they've been throughout the season, they can't end the season without a trophy. Especially looking at the age bracket of Inter Milan team.
Yeah.
I think say most of these players are here showing. In to me, the next 3 seasons is a top performance. Achebe is 30, 37. The rest not make it. I am only 32, 28, 33. So we might be bidding a farewell to names Bia and team Wemo.
Yeah.
Once a PSG so usher in a new generation say deviated from the big spending, but creating a very good team. Formidable, a bit team dominating Europe. So a difficult game. Now you bear witness it. But my prediction after Coach Diura the tactical aspect,
and now so Baba be me baby again.
Yes.
Was a coach me who be preparation before matches.
Yes.
And you're a core game, no.
Oh yes.
Players, psychologically.
Yeah.
And I'm not quite born or more yes. As a coach, to me reading me
because final there's a thin line I walk being the champion and then losing.
Okay.
But I know about first of all, I solely on the shoulders of the coach.
Okay.
On one Casada Ujina bench, the confidence level it is saying. The players how well what me are buy into a new match behind the scenes before the final.
Okay.
So Sani Umani Naba with the head coach and coach were idea. I think say Obe yes. I think there are a lot of questions that happen so more interest. It's I am a prediction.
But Steve Steven Boadina Watini Kano coach Obed coach betray and Nyama games on the day our training or bomb matches. Any identity coach Obed a big game like this as a coach. I am not failing to say as a coach Nankasa any players are more echo be fun one by one into will be BM kakra into what would you know now but train be was so me coaching ye one on a selection alcohol pitch no so and I on the bench one all monitor the course in the movement say no sign a feeling is it here. Yeah, should be as a Mona inside to go. Yes, I'm walking with you. Good. Over boy, Kakam Komoya, ye diesel with the Wawasuma. Young call, dear Nicum,
near Wontumi, I feel for you now.
Yeah,
let me say about big games here. Coaching know a lot to do.
Okay,
and a place and also what Juma is somewhere. More preparations in the United training grounds. Let me say tactically be with training grounds. And I'm a game no so by bona preparation who coaching is one cause our cycle home first. Before no leader of the team to all cycle home first and some cycle boys, you know. Before and some into the game.
Okay.
Until nobody can cycle home. Preparation had be game no tactics had be game no. Ono no be hu adwuma.
The psychological adwenu mo adwuma no hia di kan kra ansana. Yakob we say cycle ho ansa. This who be cry to me tall so my game no a Thomas so lose.
Yeah, say adwene na bobo no. Adwene no e de back no.
Okay.
Nti u saki adwene na aback manim.
Okay.
Before answer na afabo na adwuma no ye fe say wetimi aye adwuma no. Nti wan saki adwene na enyi because on say final game no mostly no kra na man kasa kra mo taka mo analyze amoka yambo ye wini. So what you say?
More prepare win.
Yes, I say a trophy na that so you prepare so be fa trophy no be win game no end of the day no. And yes, I cycle boys no mind in ye.
To before game ya na enseme na mo catch players no say ye ko boka final obey tactics mo be ko training ni ade ba enseme na special aside tactics.
And some special and say the everyday be away no. The normally we are boy I could do finance no. And no kwa difference no money final no. And that's so. And it's all for different be the kan ho a. Enyi and a game be so. And no kasa de na yan kasa ba.
Game be on alright.
Yeah, eba. Se me coach ni kwa kan che player na dide ni duru kwa mpo na wan kasa kwa untimi hu.
Oh, okay.
So one can't tell what day na nkasa no.
Draw.
Utimi hu. Mostly say no. Won say we share players na omu free bass mu ball mu enjoy themselves. Behind the scenes who say nyama nyina. But the moment I dress mu dress no. For the game no hono na abu say
emre na so
about for business.
Yeah.
Enti hono no player bia o kon fa so cycle no de kobo game. Coach ndi wa ye ne de. Player bia won de. Player bi hono ma be kobo so ti wodi. Na odwene how na nka se be si approach no o game nim.
Okay.
Ansana coach no so de ne dia dey aba obefa coach ne dia no na wo afa wo dia no but mostly no wo dia no na very important in game. Okay. Because when I call you Juma, when I be Juma, me who say coach no when the Juma and I say when the Juma. When I call you Juma, and the coach no be psychic player no easy before ansana o ku game just o prepare on we mentality na say we tough mentality na say tough before ansana team abo game and I say we easy pressure. Say the kind no pitch no
atmosphere
say we be o bia no esesa because so team room crowd now be hunu krampo de team sesa na ma enti hono no wa nye focus what free game ni no.
Coach, Anna Omoka's the first 50 minutes are very important. Now in this Champions League game, PSG in Inter no. First 15 minutes no. Anna di in the womb. Again the play. Anna di in the game the first 15 minutes. I was a PSG and Inter Milan. Omutimi fan is serious.
Also first 15 minutes of the game biano. Mostly in players and so. On say first 15 minutes we lose concentration team concede. Ebia concede now be concede in the game the end of the game no.
Call Luis Enrique Casemi okay.
In terms of
team early goal.
Yes, in terms of team. Some lose concentration first 15 minutes coaching BBA team say. And now as a player and Casano, our forward no so no. Say game no about game no first 15 minutes no receiving and no passing is very important.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because ebia first 3 passes e be ba won ulusu 3 balls ni nyina na mentality no be weak.
Okay.
Because what you be say say the ball ma me say
no.
Enti if na position me on position ye ba bia obetima dey receive ball no.
Not it.
Not it. Enti sa no game ni dey na esi.
You no wa free game was short team no.
Yes, was short team no. But
okay.
First 15 minutes no receiving or passing bia ekoye ma wa o dribbles ko ye ma wa afama no ti bo so o game ni ti afere obi ti mi wo game musa o ye mistake kura bon say o da nkuta ball no
inji mama musa wrong say ye bob match na first 15 minutes no receiver ye bomber jese no e good say coach nsesa no be no mentally no ase wono oyi no free game no inji wo ba bo na yi na free ma mo say okay mo say otoado ye obi bi o AFCON ana or the player be bem say yi ni free mu your Cote d'Ivoire
last weekend Crystal Palace near Liverpool there was a young guy be in the bell just after 10 minutes looking at coaching this
so player no ni ade so player no ono atete ono ayi no free game no dada
sani man two scenarios in the room on say obi ho no ma tactical na coach na e
okay
some of them it on you one
tactical plan
between to have a game nim or do bad game nim na game na sesa dynamics na sesa next or say ye change for e be a change for players on game you be a game no sesa enye next one or do buy no so pull out no side for e dey eba so what I say buy no no coach ne o kwan coach be force on player no e be kasa but o won chen ya won ti ase so what I say any obu ho no so error so ne dawson error so ne dawson say one anya quicker ube concede
especially away defender
error so ne dawson one hwe ube concede any obu also am fan say o key player and o start error so ne dawson error so ne dawson no obetimi atene niema
time
ti sa player no obe sake na adwen na kopim say e bia 15 minutes no obe manage game 15 minutes no kopim say bia obo su be peja na body momu aba game nim to aba game no afi do bo se niema yede asset but mostly no players o make key players na some mistakes o montanye
okay
montanye some mistakes no because onim se some mistakes o start so ya onim since so e be team ni so
to be in quick
yes and to on sa player no montanye some mistakes for first 15 minutes no a very good because first 15 minutes the game a hiti first 15 minutes the game a hiti and to so obo hwa this time o hwe the way our coaches no musi drum programs na there kick off na start here na anabo no ko opponent in half na first so hwa ya pass ball a na dia ma ko ma goalkeeper
okay
na de kwa na abo sa before na ba ni mu
so ya opejatum
yes opejatum ebi opejatum na first 15 minutes won settle why error
okay
wa show
okay Shabak beat me aboy with the possible 11 for Inter Milan any PSG then we enter into the game well pa na coach nyoma ba ko me because the pacey pressing of PSG against the intelligent defending of Inter Milan then you say Inter for defending PSG for super attacking now when you look at the possible 11 of Paris Saint-Germain then we say Patrick best started Nuno Mendes best started Akraf Hakimi best started and Sam Arabe Marquinhos Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, John Neves, Kivicha Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Desire Doué. On the other part of Inter Milan, a better three back. And then no, a year fit Benjamin Pavard. Because semi-final no amobi. But Yambi second on our boss. I mean, was semi bisa coach say, "Basa Pavard now wouldn't the ball qualified here by me go best starting no." And now so be more be second and kasa so abo. Because be second in the ball Barcelona home and away no. On Achebi. And the Bastoni. Then Barella, Hakan Çalhanoğlu, Henrik Mkhitaryan, Di Marco, Denzel Dumfries, then up front, Lautaro Martinez, and Marcus Thuram. Coach, what I remember, my first question I want my opinion say Inter Milan build up no me. The me who ni susu ye muni say Shadrack bet me aboy with the video na we na boy coach kakra. They say almost start here. Na say almost build from the back now. I no more type build with 2-3. 2-3, that means one of the center backs will have to move into the midfield and I'll be joining. So we a video of the shape of some more building now. On say 2-3 in the one. Two new center back back wa be shame fin. DM wing back and a wing back on so I could join the attack and I'm on my 3. By DM tin on bypass or more move fin woni nyina. Na bo na ko di Lautaro ha na say Marcus Thuram coach.
On say build up and the phase of the game, most starting game now we build up.
First phase
no before some call midfield to attack So by in game crumple because from defense to attack. So what I say, but we divide the pitches into 3. You build up and your second phase you attacking third away game no. Once you build up no watch no 2 center backs no more 3 back and no more. But right now no 2 no. Box in no one no I say oh until say one buy no. O ma benya 2 holding midfielders. Finfin. So what I say, and o more pushy or more right wing backs no forward. So what I say, and no more attackers in anymore. Because almost person we use because right now no person use wide areas no. So what I say, no they I build up no you do all mass no person no because we open up no we open up sa attackers too no e dey on be ball become so open up for pressing.
Okay.
So what I say, until open up for pressing now in 15 better ho. And also betuma use omo 2 attackers no Martinez ne Marcus Thuram. So what I say direct no attack it. So we dey make sure no e bo also betuma use wing play no. E betuma call wings na ban 15 before answer na. O ma join e akọ attack no. 2 center forward no. Until no betuma use ni say so hwe so na nya see right now no 2 e wo 15. Red na Paris Saint-Germain no. Only pa kono we say we 1. And hold no me say 2. Yes. Until we e betuma atwe ba ko na ba ko na start.
Oh, okay.
So we dey make sure no because we open up more wide areas in the ama 2 attackers no. Into more wide areas in 15 so ba be dey. E ba be da wo. Into betuma use sa 2 face betuma use wings. And also betuma use 15 no. E dey ayo build up no. In terms of a more type of training a coach na aye. In terms of build up more dey. Omo pay.
Okay.
And to build up some different way coach BIC here.
It coach in this instance of this particular video, no one said born and coach straight to the wing backs, but I coach straight to Lautaro. But Lautaro link with Marcus Thuram no. The man may even say what some now can or build with the laterals. Say born as a wing back no wall because born be di Marcus Thuram, born as a be di Lautaro, born be wing back no.
Yeah.
Now fi hono building na then a PSG beat me stop it side way because o man you careful shape be no mo fan.
Okay, yes am go back na ehwe ade wa. On say PSG right now no. On say PSG o mo system na no mo bo no. 4-3-3 no mo bo. But say o hwe eche no ma say wa. O ma 3 wa. So what you say? O mo 3 no. Na say one defender ade, appreciate ade. Aba Fifi. So what I say? Into Oban Fifi right now no. Baby omugina no ne chese o mayi. Martinez ene Thuram every game. So what I say? And akwa eternity say ball you flow 2 ball crumple 2 against 3v2. What I say? Advantage Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah. So what I say? And now wing back we no beba no because of we need to also push you into the man wa. And we do so man wa see. So what I say? Because born or half of much in you.
Okay.
Or half now in you. So what I say? In handness or a day or bomb ben. And or press so high mistakes will be to my day. Ashe. Until the moment I want to flow to born ever by say no. And none 3 back beam. Local 4.
Okay.
Because I want about the side that we no drop it.
About become
yeah. So we make sure no. Until right now no. We mono among person be build up no. So we into my 2v2 e wa ha. And o maja 1 wa ha no ma nya sa 2 no won finfin. So mo ebe protect your friend say sa one midfielder na ono no kofo pressing no. Enti e to na chi a wo 2 midfielders
on be cover
ma no. Before sana ball na duru 3 back na mo wo e chire no by fa enchenchen dia enchenchen obi o 1-1 e dey. 1v1 defending what change yeah intino
nese sana build up no
yes sana build up intino o show mo system no mo dey bo na o mo bo 4-3-3 ba o mo defending na right now o mo defending no o mo sasesa
yeah
akọ 3-5-2
yeah
so we dey make sure 3 no ho 5 no o middle and a 2 no animu intino akọ yes inter for system na o mo no ye hihye so mo dey bo game no. So, until you won't say variation there, I Juma. Oh, I see.
Coach, I think another question I maybe say Osman Dembele. I'm so hard, pa. Quite or fast or free actually. Or striker, no, I occupy Tukuru. Na wasako. Say no city, you know. and now your coach akwan be na be fa so because I know a create chances be break am PSG Champions League we please here share say no come fast movie ba bia no ono aye ya no asa akobọ ne ball na she ade dey say no ye no on say akwan be so na be fa so na be stop no
on say PSG for no mo team no mo technical players players no so show team na yes omo hold ball be so on dey me chono e na o show omo train so we ni mu so a omo ya wingers omo front three ni omo ya wingers
yeah
so o coin akole because Dembele obi em say Dembele winger and e born force 9 and the force 9 on ko gina ho se fa ball ne bre no mo on timi mo and the time bia no o peso creative space o be creative space ama no ho se de on benya sa space na e won finfin o da se no mana rule no so on bo standing 9 and say first Ezika so we gina ho e twen ball na no on peso be ni sa
okay
so what I say into space na wo no and no person mu use by so o ma opinion mu apa space mu ntimi nyede
oh okay na say coach person che say on your screen be a Dembele dey
yeah
tokro ya Dembele dey
yes
PSG for person mu use sa tokro
no
na omo de obi ogina ho no gina ho sa na omo nya je say bi omo de nipa odwane
yes
and to ansa no nya sa tokro
yeah into sa tokro na no ma be use o ba be finish
okay it was the area whenever Dembele drops ono beji ball na link ya ono na ko finish
yes so ma hye into obeji a onim say ekoye de to wa ma me
so won hu de me choncho o drop ba obeji na chi
yeah
so what I say so oba na say oba say ya me fan say o me 3 back me fan 3 back o ma fa sa o me defenders into o drop ba udi na chi asa space we no ball ne ba no ho no ekọ back na ekọ nchen a be sa ba into mu use wingers na ball ko win na him fa na be ba e be box ni nti box no hwan ba be finish cut back ni ada ni nti on na be side around into the box so what because obey so no the pace no so pace into o call be sa back into space no be sa ba issue
to no create space no
asa dia be
afam
so what I say
what we never stop no
nti say ofa 1v1 so a obetuma dribble because we very skillful on the both players in your bet 1v1
okay
what I say and now you decide space in the two because of the pace to best man sawa befa and this players are no right now it's a who coach no zones now use no sa zone na so close to sa zone
oh okay
so we be cholo zones now no use no sa zone no be use no sa zone no the create no tem bia na ese mo in the course mo be
zone marking
yes the zonal marking is sa zone no na ese mo close sa zone no and the man close sa zone na every day be use you
interfonity
aduma na di ho
coach what church mu am here Steve mo 1-2 bi a so be ya na me go family local no
I think sir it's going to be a very tactical game but you see it boils down to game changes but I'm sure PSG anymore they have Marscalia and then Dembele these are the two but Russia Inter Milan route to the final now they have more than enough avenues of goal scoring that will be the difference. I'm thinking Inter Milan will find a way to tame Abrante and friends Dembele if they are able to cut him off because Ombenya overloads in the middle. Vitinha, Yao Neves and Fabian Ruiz, they will have overloads over here. Denzel Dumfries a outlet for goal scoring. They have Lautaro Martinez who is clinical. Marcus Thuram and Magame to be the manner you are looking for it to score. But a typical holder play. Yen distribute to open up space for the wingers and the wing play no. But I did the difference but the endurance level. I feel like age corresponds so well with endurance. It is a Inter Milan will be here. They have to do it from the first minute at least to the 60th minute. Anything beyond that, no, they play the game into the hands of PSG.
Steve, I mean, what do you want to see? Also, your friends say Inter for defense now, or three back now, age in your side. But okay, Paris Saint-Germain or more front trainer, or young guys are more very pacey players. and I defenders be one my dear so boy bisa said the internet for be draw ade ba kwa mu sa bo mo ne say omu defenders no you will defend the ball ma or a very good in calculation of the game or read the game ni and the answer na ball no be draw na wo be use pace no be ba no
okay
defenders mostly defenders win speed no so read or a very good intelligent or read the games are e dey say wo do pace no be san no because answer na ball be reading we say ball no be do aha we reading we say ball e be kwa and the answer the be draw no e dey na into we show our system na omo na obi ade different PSG for advantage baby Inter Milan so baby so almost advantage in terms of almost back no
so omo the pace in beba but I feel say this team can go an outlet for goals Marcus Thuram, Denzel Dumfries. I feel PSG the team to win this final though the history of playing the final in Germany Chelsea a bit more attack baby, but I think this will be a match a bit too much for Dembele alone because while skill are predictable Dembele not dragging in so much into because the handling of only situation is very difficult but I'm sure our skill are all pretty from Pavard and then Denzel Dumfries. These are natural fullbacks into cutting in Ebia Onyanesa, but I think at the end of the day Inter Milan ever pick the trophy. That would be my prediction. 2-1 score in the final for Inter Milan. But I also Wontumi within from the first minute to the 60th because anything beyond that, I don't think so on best survival. But in this game, if they are predicting any winner, may they be called for Inter Milan to pick this trophy.
Go with question time. No penalties. Trust you me. PSG will win it.
A penalty, sir. Donnarumma.
Trust me, he has been there before.
Yeah.
Wabo Euros finals. He has been there before. And he has been their man. Why one of the key players for them.
Yeah.
But the back also a PSG for who pay set pieces. The Bokonana, her Denzel Dumfries, her Benjamin Pavard, her goals for matching the Champions League mood this season.
Yeah.
But I still tell towards PSG. Remember PSG 55% chance.
55% chance
of winning this particular trophy.
Okay. Good.
But me so ade ba kwa me hu say on say mostly ade we say me clarify ni on say three back na man for be bri adwen on say a defensive system mostly say but enye say ade say o hwe o three back no kwa bo say omo attack ya say na wani mo yetu and two no ye float ball kra long kra no betima hold ball no before ansana
wingers in the crab bem
omabem
enye defensive
yes enye defensive anti omo game no omo ball no betimi and obetima she goals because also almost games in Champions League almost more goals and the game need a tactical game
well coach that's it over time break now for Black Stars a ball no pay a line up no aba be do nyasem go to Accra ye ne Trinidad and Tobago ye de shisha so chese intimi anhye Nigeria nke ko final na Jamaica the Reggae Boys ekomo oba time say bibia bokore
German be fine be come
otu aye ne line up wi
aye ne bibia wi ade bia was oye bia waye wi
o mbese wi na
etoji o ma
okay so hwe ni hye ni train no many players or no maba say we
e fani sa
well in room yen start na yin komo kakra
yen shots yen feed the Black Stars of Ghana o makache sanse na e bon 11:30 at 20 more minutes and as 10 more minutes to go na game no enso 8 ma start na bibia e kama me no ka say coach Otto Addo enso the lineup enso media ba na goalkeeper ne Lawrence Ati Ziggy wono e da go post me Gideon Mensah e bo Steven Ambrosius e won bi Caleb Yenchiri enso 8 ma bo game ni bi Abu Francis Razak Simpson, Ibrahim Sulemana, Lawrence Ajekum, Christopher Bonsuba, Jordan Ayu captain, Anempo Mohammed Fusaini Gaddafi, Wamo Anestate Ediama the Black Stars of Ghana. Now, Capo, wouldn't say Enra team no air my last training, our London. na branch a friend Michael Essien Steven Apia enso etimi ko Gracie occasion no ema bibia so etimi ye kama na time a omkokodu na enye easy kra because wo hwe kwan Michael Essien ene Steven Apia wo kodu ye nempo opanya ndi to ado e wo kame wo na o cheche sene esitie ene niam ekoso e wo kam na after that no so Michael Essien enso dia ni December 2 Jan yentie enkomo kakra e course ena last training and of course of Black Stars camp.
Yes. Yeah, so he's the main character. He's the main character.
Okay, guys. Like I said before, we have some high visitors, real legends live here. Just to wish us the best. Oh, look at them, look at them. Later I will show you some videos from them, then you see what I mean. But you know them. They're big guys. We're really honored to be visited by them. It's always a pleasure when they meet us, when they visit us. And we thank them for coming here, joining us, giving us the support. Really thank you for that. Control.
No, boys, no, just a quick one to pass through and say hello and wish you guys all the best for tomorrow's game.
Our Black Stars camper, Bibian Sweetimi Koyenti Felix Enra, one also 18 Baby Drew camp, Emma Bibian Sweetimi Kamana, Cecia Menoka said Timna Enche, now game no answer 8 master Tedika the line up no, and I'm straight to the one to Jumadian so, and for my year for Capo. Now Brancher Rashid Saminu, one and so America Tuni Abdo Rashid America Tuni na William said Ghana said Nidin and so a day nurse Abdul Rashid and so a breaky record no a set for Edia tour. Now Branche Azumati Ghana Yano the fastest air sprinter our day 9.90 seconds and the team ASR record no Minoka said Rashid our breaky SR record now one of the 9.86 seconds and us etimi diwinia Minoka say a branch na a qualifier na me air duma World Athletics Championship ebetoja and so it will Tokyo no one of it wa committee mo share video no e ofie mo Facebook and po YouTube amotion no a branch and ana wadi kan bibia so etimi kokama e don sem no and so etimi ediama yetie for yanti simai e wa yem Premier League ni nkomo kakra Ghana Premier League no match the 33 nyame ya doma weekend di and us 8 hours that's ochina and a game scene and 8 hours shark my first chance na yetima we said the enema FC kona big games 2 big games and konfoni de chire pa and us 3 big games and ni one won konfoni de chire pa bako club and di enso adi brekum Chelsea wo mu game mo tina fe atom nsa adi Africa club I fan bibia ni Gold Stars so game ani e ho enu ati yebenya club ni di enso so ene Barcelona Stars and Nation Service game no eno ani wo ho pa hwan ana age league na sei ana first associate Krobia Kumase Asante Kotoko nyame ya dom akira ewo Kumase anasa baba ya Sport Stadium wo mo ene media ana ade face Legon Cities ebe ha to folk our world to University of Ghana Stadium or amanto chana kwa kama wo brekum Golden City Park Chelsea ebo ade tia Gold Stars Basake Holy Stars ebo Nation Service Kala United ewa Lima Sports Stadium one in Young Apostles and they face Accra Lions elbow Dream Service Accra Sports Stadium FC Samates elbow Diana Stars on St. James Sports Arena Nempo Pando Stadium no Heart of Lions Abo Bechems United na Bibias eto camera Emmanuel Kobe a goalkeeper at the club and the Gold Stars on the seni di komo ene bisa imasa mo kwa kobo di echabre kum Chelsea se mo se pele gaje se ana game na anus ebesia ko na branch di komo ebre ere se game mu community de enye easy informal mo obi anim dada se brekum Chelsea nya bayra brwadwo sanso mo so anya bayra brwadwo na bibia enso ebeto kama se video na ready Sadrak e project ne mpo usu watimati ensema branch fan Emmanuel Kobe goalkeeper enso etime de ma club ye fan bibia ni Gold Stars ni nsema wanos ade two jar Sadrak enso etime de mai
very difficult and I enso ye contest for the trophy na the last away game I koni Sunday day against Bekum Chelsea. So yeah, the baby our training be intensity no I was high. So yeah, the baby I say bit makunya 3 maximum points no. I will be Bekum na fe. They the way forward.
So far our Ghana Premier League ya bought week 32 or 17
clean sheet. Frimpong Manson one also the same bebre edi tuja na ono so game no enye easy e wom se eden na anya de emerade ombeko nempo je ese epia ne agyan na osomofa womefa na omo so atimaboa na club ani din enso bi ni Gold Stars atwa fabrekum Chelsea so yentie Steven Frimpong Manson.
Preparation there, I think yes started and run yes started from the one and one the good preparation they about do time. So yes, I prepare very well for the game. Yeah, although say a difficult game, but this is a game a bit
performance so one was added to George preparation there when we gustanas amo prepare was sana be mbekwa coach for club no so amanto twena come a big game ba ko betoja and here Barcelona Stars elbow at the Nations and also Nations area league no wa ben ho as was so ne poma ba kum enu nti ani e was game na coach ya fan Okansi Kasim Mengel coach Edema club for Nations FC one was any di command ya coach na game we say na preparation it ya mafa ne sign mafa no normal game say da bia mafa games na Kasim Okansi Mengel echeche mu say ya de kire.
Coach, after win against Samates, next game against Holy Star.
We are doing our normal preparation for it. It's not going to be easy. It's a match that will decide our destiny, either we win the league or not. That match will decide the fate of us. So we are approaching the game all the seriousness that we are approaching other games.
As you said, that game will determine our destiny as whether we win the game. And looking at Basake, they have a slim chance of going to the relegation. How tough do you anticipate that game?
That's why it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy because we are fighting to escape from relegation. We are also fighting to win the league. So it's going to be a very, very competitive game.
Kasim Okansi Mengel another sansa de tuja na unim sa yentimi ninam enyaja yentimi nkase Okansi nkwankasa no nkodabi coach Musa ay assistant coach Adama Klaba ni din enso so ane Holy Stars wono so si game no emu be de pa esansa Nations Super League naje womo so hwe no Musa omo nko relegation ti game ni de emu be de na we kura no say omo last home game amobo e wo season ni.
Approaching it like a final in our life, as we all know that 3 points will keep us in the league, which we are working very hard towards getting all the 3 points against Nations FC. We know that they are coming here like wounded lions because they also need the points to win the league, which we are not going to give them that opportunity or space to even operate to
kakra a free coach Musa na catch SVT daba young conquer Indian coding komo kakra enra ana Division 1 League playoff no and also team boss zone 1 na match between Tachiman 11 Wonders and Real Tamale United the same say jata na enra de jata na ntima anti abo bia ntima anwe Wonders run ten chrom say yes wo mu chom busumi amudie mu maze ema bibians etimi ko kama Wonders eche RT bo me kan mienu a wo mo anso etimi te kan ba ko na Shadrack ebe ma me aye short timer na club and din the Wonders elidia omunya penalty Ghanaian referees Emra Salam Yaubres eje penalty bi na coach wide obetuma hwem kakra edan usha pana ha anunie eno na eda so no nti wa uhwe TV wa Facebook ni bia na ha enie eti se wo susu tu se aye penalty anas anya penalty ma hu se Steven aha nani ato na bo ase a hihye ni kiki se bibias ebeti okama because we enema mo de take baako and sample na 11 Wonders enso etu anya penalty e de ato atem na no da be hwe ni die okotachima abonten so a ani die enso so ene die enkra abonten so ani die ene die na Shadrack ebema me sa time I am there some almost celebrating our park and so omo job medals no meda ha sa branch we tears of joy esunko ha go gatete no go enso etiba be ginani ama bias etimi ko kama supporters any players nyina awa two management nyina obia just bias eto kama we presentation of medals na openina osefufu a ogina na sanim adon chino wono ane afrano na sanai anasa tima ya fenta tima 11 Wonders wura anono waya juma pa waya juma wadi ni sasani bibia Aboma 11 wonders enso to qualify general say NSC na coach Nyaba coach Adema club Tachima 11 wonders and I do come in bisa coach Okuno net so can say active for there omucho muti esanse omo ankasa na no munim kwakwa na active for the first one besomo etia esane de gomo etia somo yentie nsema coach Nyaba edituja.
We are coming to win this match, and we're well prepared for it. We prepared very, very, very well. So aside my boys, everything was going to go well for us. We told them they should relax, go and play our normal game. And tactically, physically, technically, we're superior. So I asked them never to worry, just go, keep the ball on the ground.
Come on, you do come in now. S82 damn your TF4. Wontumi 101 .30 Penina your friend Stephen Paul. Yes, I see you, baby. I will be ano. Touch my money, Bunis Madase. So the Premier League and so Capo. My main fancy and Anya Biga 4 and so 18 Trasso.
Well, me da say about time I may who the person. Yes, Techima 11 wonders. Yeah, Moma Basoma qualify out you for me. Red Tamale United Siremu say Jata Womu Boma Oma Intimi Steve no ye omo adwuma says omo ye nuoma is on beba Steve radio 11 wonders for na
yeah
omo timi aba Robert Hill kakana fi wa Black Stars so
division there from a change from middle league, you know, that zone, no, always, you know, at the surprise. This is about they are 4-time sell more try. Maybe you be drew her. Now it's quite difficult for them to meet me. I qualify, but I know I'm sure a game in a kakra, and you see, Utimus na 11 wonders, you know, they came prepared. They played better than R2 game in very tough for them. Now, my name is Shadrakwa. O check first goal no Moshena. The intelligence and the decision making of the player. So one time cross net Baba be a free ball, then left a direct ball to the net. You know, just a player now you will be a say idea on keep it on because very few players in the Benya Sahel level of confidence or be typical of a Ghanaian player or the Naibegia to watch him defend the Biaba intercepted play as no, but he did very well with him share. So correlation to them. But the Sunday and Rameka, no, you be Kobini and Konoka. You can qualify for the league. But one Pesica, Yem Pesi a better sans and seminar. San your manametia
near the Prague could train.
Yes, a player, the salary, now quite a problem. So be ban the situation of the Ghana Premier League. You are not new to the league. So Bana avenues to get sponsorships on board. Send a beya because the Chimandie there should be a Premier League team because almost contribute to football. Even women football contribute. It is a Premier League bad year. Yeah, a crime man here so bad Beckham. No man may hear the story of yesteryears. That is not what share. Black Stars take you on TNT. First game, you know, I wasn't too impressed. But we just a rehearsal game.
Yeah.
See a person who will be. But me who's a lineup na tizigi da so da ponim. Who's a coach in so 3 goalkeepers.
Yeah.
And Benasari other first game, no.
Yeah.
Their last 3 games on another.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting that the other goalkeeper will be given a chance.
And now no matter as well Kobuane club for even free camp.
Goalkeeper no.
Yeah, okay. So one goalkeeper and then
maintains our story, yeah, but if that's the situation, sure, fair enough.
Or excuse you,
fair enough. Fair enough. Me who say
back.
Christopher Bonsuba or justifying who ye. He's being given opportunity to start again.
Sure.
Player mention me want a lot of love and admiration for Ibrahim Sulemana. On the ball.
Atlanta, yeah. Goals no dey.
Yes, Mashana Kaka. Not only for the goals, no, but an all-round game, no. I think it's a plus.
Okay.
And Ghana football has always been built on a midfield. And in recent years, no, now you share the midfield, no, how solid are now. But in the first game, no, and as a game I made sure no Atlanta no, you could see say this is one for the future. So and just after the show I would be watching that game. Now I say Atlanta game no, you who be Blaster. Other players be in the first league game no more me Simpson is starting again.
Yeah.
Oh no. I think say if there were options I wasn't common man a trench na will be so a ball because so many games, so many matches he's played. Could be some trial because Simpson in there, just as Nameka Lawrence Atizigino, who do beat him offer. So if there was another player or ball in that position, I think he would have been the best fit. In the local league, minim TV show coverage for the weekend, minim matches only. But I was say Baseke game about life. I was say baby any Brukum Chelsea. These are them I was say ba.
Near ready a coso.
Because see a super fantastic football, fantastic champion there. I was say evidence of or more superiority near who with live games. But I could say the usual, the easy ones and the lazy man job in a beba. Ubenya Legon City Sasofok and Asante Kotoko. But I'm sure Kotoko game no. You see, there be a El Clasico, Kotoko, and then Hasselfolk. So super clash. Bakapo, in the last couple of years, open the best game, a real contest, our Ghana football more. Hey, matches between Kotoko and Mediama.
Yeah.
It's always a contest.
Yeah.
No matter baby umbesha, even friendly man, okazo movie or more stadium, no is our game.
Yeah.
Under the lights.
Sure.
Na bone fepai. So Oye Kotoko Fana, though baby winning the league is very difficult. But this is a game I worth Usika will spend over the weekend. Inti baby will be in and around Kumasi. So open game was share over the weekend. This game.
Very tough game.
Very tough game.
Yeah.
But a game we are going to say your decision to come to the stadium na worth it.
Yeah.
Coach Karim Zito and then Ibrahim Tanko. You see, Mediama for no boys be or minim how they produce them season after season.
The one no matter.
Only players are making name, and then a for joy still there. Kamara Dean call, but they will present another tough team. So it's a game. It's worth watching because we're the last game of Asante Kotoko at home, and as a supporter before they go to Tema and then the FA Cup final. This will be the best game I'll be team and they are justified the side and then how they will perform in the final game on the ball or Accra. So media nanka me say after getting the chance to watch Kotoko, me person me share Nations FC, me person me clips of baby any Gold Stars obo Brekum because Brekum soon the last 3 games results in share Daniel only from the FA Cup no. They lost at home to Hasselfolk and almost sabo to Baby any Gold Stars. Baby any so a head-to-head advantage over Nations. If you are looking for it, so make me a win away. Baseke Holy Stars, Baby a druid Nations determination was through. I don't see Nations losing that game. The worst for Nations FC was our match and it will be a draw against Baseke. And Hasselfolk against Legon Cities, mere formality. But can Accra Lions pull a surprise on Dreams FC? That I don't see happening. A game I will go for Dreams FC victory. Minyaya Accra Lions ye teamer almost sort of football more boy in the Ghana league in a different. Unya Accra Lions, Unya Wafa will league Unya Bechim Mediama will league now. Omo ball na kasa efe. But the reality is Oman started 13 players in free club. Now the youngsters is start here. This is the kind of results I will be. I feel say Dreams FC the worst from that game no. I be draw for Dreams FC. But if I'm going for a win, I think Dreams FC will win that game. So Capo, that will be my pick for the weekend in terms of the Ghana Premier League. And matches. I know say there be any possibly fight for the last game. Winning away very difficult, but so person winning league in India also ultimate.
Okay,
but whether Basakens will be Timashe Nations, that I don't see happening.
Well, me I see Jordan a must strike. I'm the first goal no soon.
Okay,
and Ghana lead Trinidad and Tobago game where he a 10. Akomia.
Yes.
There's a game where you should be 10 and I'm a boy. Where do you say more for?
For Techima 11 one they say out to you as a media coach you go on the wall.
Yeah.
I say no coachy. How they be the feelings around it.
Of course.
And they say they overqualified to the Premier League.
Sure.
But I think for the Ghana Premier League, let's pay a close attention to games now or more Beji League in the Bebo.
Okay.
The Biameka Sasem we say. And real league in na Ubia and function it dream say when your manager league into one equity league.
Okay.
When it becomes obvious like that. As an answer, attention not towards the league and kasana kwana say kofo.
Yeah.
What I say?
Sure.
There are several instances we are journalists, but at the back to your advantage partner say we are most closer to the people.
Mhm.
Inti epia bonten obi kan sem kire obi kire nsem bu mi kire. Oti nsem adodo na ka Ghana Premier League best start bi also say we dey we mu na beje. Edu stage bi also say we mu dey we ma je awie.
Yeah.
And obusa nipa kon say dey nti na ase we aje awie a ka oma reason ABC. Say me jitum say player way any form way any teams na unu abebo say ni nti na be manage nipa ni ntimi gas asem ne nkyerɛw. The only thing he says is say we mu do match sha mo dada.
Okay.
This is from the masses. Yeah, yes, your team nim say be asem ni different. You will educate him on number of things. Obeka just say there be mukra mo kan wo bi. So what I say?
Yeah.
So clearing the doubts and bringing sanity to the league. One of the bold steps you can do near say see I the pressure nim.
Yeah.
Teams 3. Baako mathematically obetima the league na mana ye. Mienu ye realistic. Because Nations was 60 aka 2 points. Aka 2 games. Baby any was 57 points. That means 3 points difference aka 2 games.
Yeah.
But Nations any Koroko 55. Nations was 60. 5 points difference. So mathematically 2 games ne dey obetima aka se Kotoko da so wom. But realistically 3 points between baby any Gold Stars. Any Nations 2 games ni bibia betimi asi.
Yeah. Bakulu suba 1 game they call the last
weekend we there I wasn't carrying Nations. Any Baseke Holy Stars game with TV show. Due to the fact that Nations points no more any baby or more than we want to see how
game Liverpool
against Baseke Holy Stars and also Chiaka Lions with 3 points. Or relegation with 2 games to go.
Doesn't care no.
I will say attention
but unfortunately week be my match on my show TV, but every phone this week on my list.
Sure, when you can be no bit in China. Not the background day as Supremo. Most journalists from Ghana football accept Monton Ghana football. It's because of some of these reasons.
Is it who match
it's because of some of these reasons. On my nation's game, you can decide not to even show the Kotoko Mediama.
Yeah. Because competition be a new who be out.
Mediama on Wakama.
Yeah. Kotoko so likely no yeah bare percent.
Oh, what as a percentage no from? Then one my brekum Chelsea.
Yeah.
Any Gold Stars.
You how much?
How much is in me? Me know because what the fan say. And you league in the crown or more pre-crana. The opportunity to have their games on TV. This is in Yara Kotokwa. This is Kotoko ne has a new Bibo.
Yeah.
1-1 be maybe abefem Nations when was the last time I heard Nations game on TV so nya omo ne Kotoko bolu na sa
yeah onya bi nhwe
Gold Stars ne Kotoko ne the last time but before that Gold Stars matches now heard say on TV so Blokum Chelsea games do say na give people the opportunity to enjoy the Ghana Premier League through these games because so kunu mo edin if you are supposed to even add a third game give us dreams and your Lions 3 games. Because they see more TV stations me and
yeah.
Give us let the league with sanity. Let the league finish with sanity. Sanity. Me want it.
Didn't know as didn't
so league want it. Let there be a Sisama for trip and I say and I will way and I when you want to send your money and baby at it.
Because on said now say problem is your dance park. That's last week. If one Gold Stars fans or money always see betray mo match. Inti no more tete.
And I'm ready. Because let sanity come. Mumma sanity mra league no one anya kama.
The Blasters so swagu mo.
Ya
she two.
Usani mnipo okuji.
Razak Simpson. Okay.
Nani mnipo okuji
Trinidad and Tobago.
Uni bago. I will be
there you.
Club na nyana we are born as some players in old players so ni arun we.
Wonu coach. Wonu legend.
Wonu that you.
Wonu legend. Hey,
Atias you be aso be legend.
Wonu only go na social.
Atias you be aso be form.
Ene na wa. To ado shebibri.
Hey, shebu. Hey, fake student pali.
Ene easy cry. Ana ya lashi wo musa no. My we ngoyu.
O to ado e fare ya fake student pali.
Anti oto we wanya legend bonechi mapa. 90 was one why one will go na social was 98.
99.
99 we Magic Spirit.
Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah, Teddy Sheringham no.
It's when my attention it's league in there. That is the only thing I have to say about it at this stage. And I believe they will need to do better than we've seen.
Sure.
But I think share games in the fixtures and the results have been to me say betting about. I think summer text near Diana Stars game to be provided goals.
Yeah. Our game no so good.
I remember goals.
Yeah.
Goals our game.
Yeah.
Then Become Chelsea ni goal stars. Some board do mean one sem kaya kakra. The reputation to maintain himself as a top level Ghana Premier League coach, eba form. Olusu game we. Asaba form. You can't move from winning the double of the Ghana Premier League. No one's how FA Cup game. Before even winning the double, what set a certain level be the Mamediama. I want to kind of build a reputation anymore because you are close to winning the trophy those seasons. And a COVID-19 year announced expose.
Yeah. Yeah.
After you could have become Chelsea, I accumulated 41 points at this stage of the season. Debbie.
Yes, sir.
Coach Samobodu. I think this is a game you cannot afford to lose, especially your last home game near your season. When to me, I say, oh, Debbie. Debbie, your pedigree is on the line. Oh yes.
And his
pedigree is on the line. Oh yes. It's also very careful about that performance in the games. No by one. Coach Frimpong also pressure than so because when Timmy say game where the league is over because the last game the Nations Baby Bofi. Yes, we have bought a home dominant Ghana Premier League. Where Obi Bofia, the chances of winning the game is 95%.
Yeah.
It has been pre-home. The NSA 3 points. So Sabeka and DBC. This is where it is. This is a game. I'm to me. Say pie drawing and one.
A quadron gamer.
Yes.
Okay.
Korokone mediama ukruma say game of goals 2-0 2-1. Koroko at home will still keep up their hopes alive. Nothing to lose between the two sides. Kotoko Luso our hopes and FA Cup final today.
Okay, yes, manya broadcast schedule no. Confirmed from the FA no Kotoko Mediama will be live on TV. Accra Lions any dreams.
Very good. That much you need it on TV.
Accra Lions any dreams will be live on TV. So yeah.
Oh come on.
Too much.
Come on, how can nations and maybe any good stars game? Come on, sacrifice it. So you too much is come on, sacrifice the Kotoko no.
No, for
either
a big game.
No, it's a big game though, but maybe a league in a drew no. Maybe a league in a drew na sem near count. League in maybe a drew near count was him. And who is that? You see, these are some of them. Yakasa say Yakasetiamo. How will you see this? If I who's at the way. League Papa Ben ye bo krom wiase afenem na edru be bia two teams or more pre for league any your match on TV so. Wo na won ka kire me league ben. Se be league tatantan ye no krom ase a ka we be si.
Maybe
league ben e sa. No league ben e sa.
Omo se game no break.
Tell me when wiase be pa no o se bo league aka two teams. Realistically o metima the league 2 games to go. Omo match is yen. Who does that?
Let me a system.
System a mutimi yeden kofo ko twa match amudu ese yen kan chese ba betwa no mutimi twa ni nyande we de mutimi nya bi. This you have 2 clubs who are playing and back the upper relegation level. The nations ne baseke because Accra Lions be what interest was how much in him.
Yeah. But to be frank, the person who G League nanka all points away any money. I think they can game near important.
Very important.
See, because we will be at the G League now. You say I didn't so bon.
So they say I go stars for now. Or mutifie no, or mutifie no. Better than go stars a monitor. And almost supporters no mutifie no kura say na ekoso. E better than nations for no kura so almost monitor go stars no. Nations for supporters be hunu de ekoso. E better than Basekani bo home de ba Lions for no almost so bono. Better than no kura so monitor.
The kai game be Ayas game ne
PSV and Hoven.
Yeah, na the other for no so counterpart.
PSV and Hoven.
The supporters were monitoring the game live because Obianya points at the league.
As I say, phone, so
yeah.
So why do we do this?
Very important that one there. Who here?
The best weekend we.
But the bayan say you be really a penalty be.
Missing weekend we will go back. Discussion about discussing Monday. First point a referee.
You said that Hussein your comment was a referee ni PBBAG.
Aye.
Referee ni PBBAG. Na no one secret na referee naji. Is it kululu sano ene ma enuama ye you. Ba mo ma no eda ho a wo yi.
Eda ho dodo. E wo da ho too much.
Referee na wo ko di no kro wo say ma TV na adwen ko. Ghanaian referees. So who's a ball we ma TV.
Me I believe say we can have a very correct game.
Okay.
Referee no betima could from so be an day. But because any TV is unity, obi betima generate be just a minor thing be issue be
out of it.
Yes, see me oh.
No correct.
Oba na be catch any chrome for. No mo say down to next season ma to ya ha. Sa, and the hooliganism in your market be baba no. We don't coach so.
Oh, I'm for coaching we coach. Over Division 1 nana.
Qualification.
Level 1 des near you.
Level 1 des near you. Level 1 des for bon mabaso. O my idea.
Yeah.
Ansa na benya qualification e say why adwumaden.
Sure.
Na adwumaden so no abanfa so amomo.
Yeah.
Enti e bebo mabaso so maba. But mo ba no so e so working hard. Omba no. Me gidi so working hard.
Yeah.
But omunya time so makuchi no. Gani problem no. So see a coach or ma qualify almost about 4 matches 5 matches and ku yipeni from coach no ntu be sa di coach for aba no bon season na on and off sana
say me a coach in standard no Premier League no form so mu hu a say mo se sana nya boy go on say Division 1 ne bono a different from the Premier League and ni na ipe
couple the woman say difference
okay
but unsa die bia no your first time or hwe Europeans na sanka you be a man opportunity o Xavi so
okay.
Yeah. Timbe no coach ye.
So mo
Xavi Alonso timbe no coach ye. Ye say dey hu yan say o ye fence ye. Bayer Leverkusen. O ye adwuma no so yi. So we dey make sure no opportunities no the manner. Obetuma deliver yeah. And you try say man opportunity yes.
Mo GD no
yeah. Because coaches now mpanifo no mu no. E be duru ba bi no be film. How many be
go level 1 the coach very young coach.
Yeah.
Oh super.
Ha, into mo man opportunity no mo so nya adwuma no mo hu also. Talent ekuta nya adwuma obetima yede. Aye nti every confidence bia ne mpanifo no backup bi o mo fama no. Na wo nya adwuma no.
Okay.
Ha o nya adwuma na yesi on the players no ba on so nim ko be for so be maintain players no. E bi obetima maintain say players we because e bi na for e bi there. Say bi na for by Division 1. Players on maintain players the G League. On maintain players no. E bi na the 1 2 3 bina say or the any team ni enti no the metima kan say omunya gidi o coaches nim enti make akra metima kan say
yeah because e ba na say league no bona e different e do ba bi na e hu pragia bi ne moto sisi players or training time no ba na e sem bibre RTU fu ya omu say pa be omu kra do ba bi players at tier 2 into omu ka omu last game bi omu kobo dreams so say no so sa players omu team at the cowboy
on say Capo when me say side you come discuss what happen
yes
on say your friend say team na aba no she say right now obi na ya adwuma no team no ho adwuma team na qualify you
yes
aba wie no afa na ye benya omo won chan team ye dia aba mu bo say the ordinary sika wura mu no invest my team be na afa watwe no team no akofom nti saa nneɛma no supporters no so ne mpanimfoɔ mu ditin ɛsɛ ɔmo so hwɛ nie touch mind for no
to ɔmo mboa
yes ɔmo mboa team no ɔmo mboa mpanimfoɔ no supporters nyinaa na team nyinaa na talent na wɔ touch mind no team pi me so kakra metimi aka fa ɔmo qualification na ɔmo bae no
mate champion coach coach Ruben no ana jauti so papa mu ama no coach no champion coach o say
league leader say right now no em say nations for no
betimi age
ni nyina say oh yeah because say be omu gina no say dem kan no right now no nka match ne live a obi a betimi hu so what you say obi ko lu so betimi aka say yes me ayi mi say nations for match you on board draw krampa o mafam
okay
yeah say so omu lead 2 points omu lead 3 points into on board draw na Gold Stars go win a different 1 point over ball last match home into betimi a share win but dia obey avoid this one lose match no obey avoid this one lose match no into right now Gold Stars for ni so ba o me say so mu win match wi into mu win match na we so lose ana say akwa you open but me sure say nations for betimi
there's are 2 matches yes and give anything
me sure say nations for no betimi
you travel kakra ni
because coaches ne kuto omo no omo nyina coaches ne kuto omo no omo ye coaches a omo ye very good coaches omo ye tactical good because so here fence say Kasim Menga wa ye adwuma na che woni menani so so from Paul man so Premier League no so abobia on so adwuma na ba bia wa ye Gold Stars adwuma dia ba beduru no omo so wo form so we make on into coaches in there in terms of standard there it was true but game ni na be gina players no so how we be determine the abo game no into me gidi say me league in the me hu say nations e betuma fale ba bibia betuma football win to predate say we be kan we na adane
yes
into no the me hu say Ghana league in there nations for no advantage
okay nations for advantage coach Medasi say oja unso na obeboa na wame who tactical aspect of the game and wa also wadrin kakra o coach numade abobua coach Obed yerase why okay I won 7 no meba bon command mo Black Stars make say 2 na na ejisu kutembe 25 minutes ni yani Trinidad and Tobago and the airborne Unity Cup course for London I know shape Jordan are you any Razak Simpson and our boss are 2 goals no edi amaye eguso a ye hwese nuama ebe kama ewo ho nti ano hye papa we dey say hye bibire ko mofo Dr. Amuzu Eba Clinic the Pennies engineer
so mofo na se ye ntimi anko spell wo mu team ni di ama wo mo ye kototo ye party se ayi akukọ due kototo papa ba mo mo meme ye fufuo bi ameka bi